Hello Jukebox people! Rob's Restorations here, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Wurlitzer. This particular one, which is just come in for a standard fault, so I thought I'd point it out to you if you're not certain about Wurlitzers, or if you're thinking about doing a restoration. I would suggest that Wurlitzer isn't probably the one to start with, so because they're not the simplest machines in the world. So let's just go around the back of it. So that's the mechanism of the Wurlitzer. A standard fault which this one had is it was selecting wrong records, randomly wrong records, and the reason is down here are two pawls or little ratchets, so when you turn the carousel you can hear them clicking. Now I'm going to do a close-up of that. Now this is one of the ratchets. There is two. There are two. Sorry, bad grammar. What's she got to do with it? My grandma? No. Anyway, those are the little ratchets there which you can see clicking. But they're clicking against that thing. Watch. Okay, and you've got one at this side. Now on some machines they're at the front, these are on the back on this particular model. You see those clicking? Now they don't click together, and they're not just there to make a pretty noise, and they're not there to stop the carousel from going backwards, which they do. They won't let it go backwards, but what they do is they determine whether it's going to play the A side or the B side. Now obviously if the A side, which is over this side, will come up from this lever here, this big arm, that one there, that lifts up, and this one also lifts up, so they both try and lift. So what happens is, I'll go around to the front now. I'm now looking down on the front top of the mech. Now that is where the lever comes out to lift the record out, where my finger is. Now if I turn that round so there's a record coming in line with that, that will be a B side, and it's going to lift it. Those ratchets allow it to stop just there, so that record is now in line with that slot. It's right on it. But the A side, the other side of that, will be right across it, stopping the arm from coming up. That's right across. You can see there, that's stopping it going up. Click it, one more click, that will now come up A side, and the other side is now blanked off. That's why they've got to be set exactly like that. So if you select an A side and that other ratchet doesn't work, or it's stuck out, it's rusty and it's not moving properly, it will allow that to do maybe another click, and it will bring a B side up of a completely different record. So it looks like it's bringing up random records which are nothing even similar to what you selected. So those two ratchets have to be set that way, so that when one is by the opening, the other one is closing the opening, and as soon as it moves one click, one closes the opening, the one opens the opening to allow the arms to come up. So those need oiling and being really free, and they are adjustable. They've usually got paint marks on from the factory where to set them, but they're adjusted from underneath. Another thing that happens on these, I mean obviously you've got to oil all the normal places, and the belt, if it goes and that means that belt's slipping, the motor is adjustable up there, so you can tighten that belt. This has got two belts on because this will play dinked or undinked records. It's a bit of a complicated mechanism, that. But anyway, moving on, they tend to snap the little thin cable, which is that one there. It's very, very fine. Now this operates the brush, which is really important on a Wurlitzer, to brush the needle. That little cable there goes down through a hole in there. Now what normally happens is from there to there, it touches the side of that hole and wears the cable out, and the cable snaps, and you've got to replace it, and it comes all the way down here, and it's operated from this switch here. So that when that moves in, that is moving the cable. So it doesn't wear away, that's already been repaired. You'll see where somebody's done a solder joint on it because it's been repaired, rubbing on the hole. So I've got a shower wheel there. I've put a little shower wheel, just a little with a groove in it. The pence, get them off eBay. In fact, I've got a box full. If you need one, give me a shout. I've got hundreds of them. So I've just drilled a hole, tapped it, put that bolt in, and that wheel now keeps that right in the centre of that hole. So that won't snap again now. So when we move that lever like that, that should be moving that brush, which it is. Whilst we're on the subject of the Wurlitzer, if you not know anything about them, there are a couple of little adjustments. Up the back of the arm there is a nut. That nut there where my finger is, that compresses a spring. That will give it more pressure on the record. If it's skipping on records, you can tighten that nut up, that tightens the spring up. Also, if it finishes too early or starts wrong, in the wrong place, it should hook onto there. That little hook hooks into that pin. That pin will move, that lever will move out of the way, bring it into the play position out there, and it should run free in there. That's adjustable. You can screw that down or up, so that determines where it starts at the beginning of the record. If it's starting too early, you need to screw that out. If it starts too late, screw that down. That's what does that. If the record finishes too early or too late, you've got an adjustment here. On some machines there's a piece of plastic down here with a hole in it so that you can get to it, but that little nut there will adjust that switch. By screwing that in, that will adjust the switch that turns the record off. It'll move that lever. Some people bend them, but it's just easier to adjust it on there. Wurlitzer provided an adjustment, so might as well use it. But those are the main faults on Wurlitzers. So, good luck. Thanks for watching again. Don't forget to like or subscribe. See you on the next video. Bye.